All right. So number 55 is square root. They didn't put the little 2 up there because we never do, right? So I'm looking for groups of 2 if I do a factor tree. But we know 81 is a perfect square, right? So we know 9 comes out. All right. So how many groups of 2A's are in 7A's? 3 groups, right? You with me? That's 6 of them. So since there's 3 groups of 2A's, that means that's 8 of the third. Okay. How many groups of 2 of the B's? 6. This is 12 divided by 2, right? There won't be any B's left over. How many groups of 2 C's in 9C? 4, right? Now, for the A's and the C's, there's an A left over and a C left over. You with me? So I have to put that still under the square root symbol. Right? Again, if I do all the A's, there's 7 A's. I got 3 groups of 2. So that's why it's 8 to the third. But I have this A left over, so that's why there's an A there. Same thing would happen with the C's. But I'd have 4 groups of 2 C's and 1 left over. You guys with me on that? Or you can just divide. 7 divided by 2 is 3, remainder 1, right? 9 divided by 2 is 4, remainder 1. Right? So that's all we do on that. Now, how many groups am I looking, or a group of how many am I looking for 57 on the bottom? I'm looking for a group of 4, right? Which if I have, if I wrote out all the D's, there's 7 of them. How many more D's do I need to get a full group of 4? 1 more. You guys with me there? So that's what I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by. Just a D. You don't need that 1 there. Just a D, right? So in the top, it's just C cubed times that. Nothing I can do. I can't simplify that. When the bottom, that goes there. So how many groups of 4 D's do I have? 2. So what's the bottom become? D squared. Does that make sense? And I can't reduce that any further. If there was a D outside here or a C down here, I could do a little reducing because those are outside the radical, right? Questions? All right, how about 63? Can I add those? Are they like radicals? Yeah. So what's 12 plus 9? It's 21, right? So it's just 21 cube root of y. That doesn't change that part. Just add the numbers out front. We call them coefficients out front, right? Now, 67, are those the same? No. But I could simplify and maybe then they'll be the same. Usually a lot of times that's what happens. All right. So for 16, I got 4 times 4, 2 times 2. Do I have a group of 4 there? Yeah. So I pull 2 out front because I have 4 2's. How many groups of 4 W's do I have? 2. What's left over? 2 W's. All right. So I got, 8 W's. So 2 groups of 4. So that's why it's W squared. Then this is still 4 through. This gets kind of crowded sometimes. But there were still 2 W's left. All right. Any groups of 4 W's in there? In 6 W's. How many? 1 group of 4 W's, right? There's another W outside. So times W. W squared. So this is plus 2 W squared. 4th root. Now I took 4 W's out of there. So how many W's are left? 2, right? Now are they the same radicals and the same terms out front. It's got to be a w squared out front, and it's got to be w squared underneath, too. All that's got to be the same in order to add those. So what's 2 plus 2? Thanks, you guys. Lots of 4s and 2s and w's, huh? Does that one make sense? Yeah. Okay. So if you get one like 67 that aren't the same, and it's addition or subtraction, simplify first, and a lot of times they will be the same, and then you can do whatever you have to do, add or subtract. Okay? All right. Number, where did we start? 30? Is that where we started? Oh, 36 we started? Okay. On page 242, right? 36 is negative 4 times the 6th root of 5. 38 is 9 times 8 to the 3/4 power. 40 is 62 times the square root of 6. 42 is 3 times the cube root of 2. 44 is, what is it, 19 times 5 to the 1/4? How far did we go? To 46? Oh, 48? Okay. 46 is 4 RT squared. And 48 is K to the 4th over 2Z. Oh, we went to 50? 1 for 50. 1 over N squared P. I don't think I have any of those even ones, do I? These are all odd ones. Yeah, I don't have any even ones on this. That's okay. Are any of those you want to go over? Connor? 48. All right, 48. 4th root of K to the 16th. Over 16Z the 4th. All right, so we just did 16. There's 4 2's, right? So that's one of those perfect 4th root things. So that's in my denominator. And 16 is a multiple of 4. Just go 16 divided by 4. So that leaves 4 sets of 4 K's. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. So Z. So all that worked out nice. There was nothing left over. They're all 4 of something. Anything else? Okay, then we started at which one? 60? 56. Oh, 56. Okay, thanks. 56 was 5R S cubed T squared times the cube root of RT. So an R and a T were left over under the cube root symbol. 58 is W to the 7th times the 5th root of Z squared, that's the numerator, over Z cubed. Right, Scott? Mm-hmm. 60 is 3x square root of y. 62, you have 1/8, or you could have 1 over 8 if you want. Then x to the 5/4, y to the 9/4, z to the 2/3. those all could be in the numerator. You could have that over 8 if you want, or just 1 8 out front. Either way is fine. 64 is 6 times the square root of 2z. 66 is 10 m to the 7/3 power. And the last one, 68, is negative 7p cubed times the cube root of 4p. Any of those you'd like to see? No? You sure? 62? That's all those fraction stuff. Let's find some room here somewhere. There we go. X 3/4 y. All right, so I'm going to take care of the 7 and the 56 first. 7 goes into 7 one time, and 7 goes into 56 8 times. So I would just do this. Looking at the x's, what's bigger, 3/4 or negative 1/2? 3/4, the positive is always bigger than the negative, right? So I should put the x in the top because the bigger exponent's in the top. And then I just subtract. 3/4 minus a negative 1/2, which is a negative 2/4. Well, what's minus a negative do? Plus. So what's 3/4 plus 2/4? 5/4. So that's my exponent. What's bigger, 5/2 or 1/4? 5/2, right? So I'm going to put the y in the top because the bigger exponent's in the top. So this is, I'm going to change 5/2 to 10/4. I'm going to multiply both by 2. And I'm going to subtract 1/4. So what's 10/4 minus 1/4? 9/4. And then I got a negative, no z's up top, but this is a negative 2/3 for my exponent on the z. So where should I move the z? To the top, so that it becomes a positive, because we're not allowed to finish or simplify and have negative exponents. So there's our answer. Simple. What else? Anything? Okay, so tonight, homework assignment is, you got lots of time in class, you might go get it done, is a practice quiz. We're going over it tomorrow. Quiz will be Wednesday. All right?